February 21st, 1949. A day that changed aviation history and the oil and gas industry forever. For that was the day when destiny brought together three visionary men to form the beginnings of what is now known the world over as PHI. This wasn't merely the start of an exciting new American aviation company. As fate would have it, this seemingly unassuming event would have major consequences on a global scale, as it would turn out to be the birthplace of a new industry. When Bob Suggs, Jack Lee, and M.M. Bain formed PHI in Lafayette, Louisiana, they saw what others at the time did not: the enormous potential that existed with the commercial application of helicopters in business and industry. It was PHI that developed a revolutionary concept based on its unprecedented position that helicopters could replace traditional means of transportation, get the job done faster, increase productivity, improve safety, and enhance efficiency, while also protecting the environment. That was the promise that PHI made to its employees, its customers, and the entire industry. And it is the promise Chairman and CEO Al Gonsolin has stayed true to since he assumed the leadership of the company in 2001. The leadership, influence, and commitment of these men and all who have joined them along the way has enabled PHI to achieve decades of success in the industries in which it has worked and led. The oil and gas industry, the air medical industry, technical services. The oil and gas industry started it all, and indeed is what first put PHI on the map and the rest of the aviation industry on notice. In its 6-decade history, PHI has flown more types of helicopters under a greater variety of conditions over a longer period of time than any other civilian helicopter operator in history. And while achieving nearly 12 million flight hours and safely transporting more than 1.3 million customers each year, PHI has maintained an unwavering commitment to safety. As one of the world's most successful aviation companies, PHI has conducted business in 41 countries around the globe, works with the world's leading oil and gas companies, and operates heliports larger than many regional airports. PHI is driven to perform for its customers, who have among the world's most exacting and demanding standards. It is that commitment to excellence that has driven PHI to not only achieve at the highest levels, but also continually reset the bar. Harnessing the power and reach of its diverse portfolio of services, PHI provides transportation to more than 200 miles offshore, with oil platforms operating in ocean depths of nearly 10,000 feet. With a fleet of technologically advanced aircraft, PHI transports its passengers with highly skilled and impeccably trained pilots who have been individually selected based on their ability to live up to the PHI way. From its first day of operations, PHI's leaders understood that becoming the leading helicopter transportation company would require much more than adding the best helicopters to its fleet and placing outstanding pilots and crew behind the controls. They had the foresight to recognize that just as crucial to its success would be the inclusion of innovative training protocols and unsurpassed helicopter mechanics and maintenance experts to ensure the performance of its magnificent flying machines and their precious cargo. Nearly 800 mechanics are employed both in the field and in the company's state-of-the-art headquarters, all tasked with ensuring the performance of PHI's ever-growing fleet of helicopters and fixed-wing aircraft with cutting-edge, sophisticated equipment. They are supported by more than 20 other departments that focus on every aspect of the helicopter, from aviation, avionics, safety, training, to integrated communication systems and personnel, all in place to ensure the safety and comfort of the passenger. Through their expertise, over the years, PHI has developed in-flight maintenance and technological innovations that exceed those of national and international regulatory bodies, as well as the expectations demanded by the world's top helicopter manufacturers and discerning customers. PHI innovates and executes as few companies do. Its ADAC Center is one of the most technologically advanced centers of its kind in the industry and world. For it is there that PHI is able to analyze every aspect of an aircraft post-flight, including the actions of the pilot and the performance of the helicopter. Everything is designed to ensure safe and reliable operations. And while there have always been and continue to be changes in the oil and gas industry, particularly in the offshore environment, PHI has maintained its leadership position by driving excellence with its employees and by helping its customers achieve maximum efficiency and productivity, while making safety its absolute priority. The depths PHI goes to ensure highly operational aircraft and superior customer experiences is unrivaled in the industry. Throughout its history, PHI has served its communities and those of its customers in times of crisis and natural disaster. PHI has been there with expertise, with compassion, and with a genuine desire to help, always without recognition, quietly doing the right thing to help others. In fact, it was PHI's commitment to service that was the catalyst for the formation of PHI Air Medical. Founded in 1981, PHI Air Medical quickly became one of the premier providers of EMS helicopter service in the nation and world. PHI continues to set the standard for the entire industry with its commitment to safety and exceptional service. PHI Air Medical serves among the most prestigious hospital-based programs, international entities, as well as total community EMS transportation systems. With more than 65 bases strategically positioned across the United States, PHI also has formed a groundbreaking relationship in Saudi Arabia and the Saudi Red Crescent Authority, providing the country's official emergency medical services organization with life-saving helicopter transportation and medical services for all of the citizens of the kingdom. PHI Air Medical's entire fleet of medically equipped helicopters and fixed-wing aircraft are impeccably maintained, and its pilots, paramedics, nurses, respiratory therapists, physicians, and mechanics are expertly trained and highly experienced in working in critical care situations. They are among the finest, most compassionate professionals in the industry, going out of their way to support their patients and community, while providing outreach and education to encourage healthier, safer communities. Each year, the professional men and women of PHI Air Medical safely transport more than 30,000 patients from emergency scenes or from one medical facility to another. PHI Air Medical personnel are known for going beyond the call, before, during, and after a transport to ensure the safety and well-being of the patients it serves. Much is expected of a leader, and that is true of PHI, as organizations around the globe look to the company for support, technological advances, or unique services outside the oil and gas and air medical industries. PHI Technical Services helps customers reap the benefits of more than a half-century of world-class experience, expertise, and leadership. Everything at PHI is about performance: the aircraft, the technology, the professionals. PHI Technical Services was and remains the first civilian aviation contractor in Antarctica, flying for the National Science Foundation, replacing the U.S. Navy as helicopter transport to the National Science Foundation project. In Antarctica, PHI helicopters provide daily support to over 600 scientists researching biology, geology, glaciology, meteorology, ocean sciences, and the effects of ozone depletion. The harsh environment requires the expertise and training of PHI's world-class pilots and supporting crew. And then there's PHI Technical Services' latest innovation, Helipass, which has redefined customer movement. Before Helipass, keeping track of personnel on oil rigs and other remote work sites was inefficient and unreliable. Helipass has changed everything, It not only keeps track of personnel, its biometric scanner ensures that passengers are who they say they are, verifies employment, and confirms emergency contact information, all during check-in. It also tracks employee human resources information and crucial data like compliance with safety and training requirements. Like many other PHI firsts, Helipass represents the future of transport security and the management of personnel movement. As the helicopter transportation and aviation company that started it all, PHI has made numerous advancements over the past 6 decades. PHI has contributed more innovations and achieved more industry firsts than any other company. Here are just a few. These firsts demonstrate why PHI has been and continues to be the world's leading helicopter transportation company. PHI endeavors to set the standard as an industry leader. Its people, service, equipment, and commitment to safety are second to none, and its ability to evolve and adapt to changes in the industry have kept PHI flying ever higher, decade after decade, year after year, day in and day out. From 3 Bell 47 helicopters and 7 employees in 1949 to a fleet of over 250 helicopters and fixed-wing aircraft and over 2,800 employees today, PHI has been leading the way for over 65 years, and it is prepared, poised, and determined to do so for the next 65 years and beyond. PHI.